We're
I
back.
love our intro music. I don't know why, but I love it. Welcome back to Sons of Montezuma Spitballers, everybody. We are
Yeah, we're
here,
back. We're back.
and we are ready to give you the lowdown on what's been going on over the past week up on the Mesa for softball and baseball. I'm Sean,
I'm John.
and I
This
think we're
was
going to start with baseball and then
yeah,
go into softball and kind of roll it through like that.
yeah. This was an interesting week for both teams, to say the least.
Yeah, it wasn't very awe-inspiring. I'll give you that, but we'll still give you the highs, the lows, mostly the lows, and hopefully it's not like this in the coming weeks.
Yeah. Hey, but at least we'll start with the win. Thursday, March 6th, we went up against St. Mary's. We were there. We were at that game. That was
Yeah,
a
it was a fun game.
fun game.
Yeah, I
Pretty,
opted to go to baseball instead of basketball for the first time pretty much ever in my life. So
and both teams won.
yeah,
Like it works out in the end. This was a pitching duel, to say the least. I mean, we gave up a couple runs in the first, but then we didn't give up any more for the rest of the game.
so yeah,
So
and that was who started that baby?
Rowan Leto started it off 4 2/3 innings, only giving up those 2 runs, 4 strikeouts. Pretty good outing from the starter. Can't really complain from there.
That's funny.
But
4 hits, 4 walks, 4 Ks. I wonder if he likes the number 4.
it's a good number. And four innings.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I will say I was kind of surprised that he didn't go a little longer. I'm not sure what his pitch count was, but he looked, other than that first inning, he looked pretty good. So I was kind of surprised that he didn't keep going. But I mean, I guess when you can put in Aiden Russell and just strike everybody out for the most part.
Yeah, when you can bring in your closer and he pitches 4 1/3 innings, I don't really think that's a close anymore, but
That's a close on steroids. That's just awesome. I think you still get a save. I don't know because you pitched the whole time. I'm like, that's wild.
but I think the only issue is that we weren't winning when he came in.
Oh yeah, okay. So that's fair. He might have gotten the win in this one, but still,
But
I love
that
it.
being said, Aiden Russell came in after Rowan Leto pitched 4 1/3 innings and had 6 strikeouts and only 1 hit. No walks.
No walks.
That's a perfect strikeout to walk ratio. Can't complain about that.
Talk about somebody that seems to have figured it out this season. God, I mean, just killing it. And so how did we get our runs? I mean,
Do you remember the first one? Was it all in that 8th inning?
I just know how we capped it, and that's what
Yeah,
matters.
yeah.
To be
So
honest with you.
yeah, I mean that was a fun game, but it all culminated in a Tice Peterson bomb to take the lead 3-2.
Fun fact: he hit it off of, I don't know how you say this guy's first name, but it's Talon, I think, Gardini.
Yeah.
He's from San Diego, went to Patrick Henry High School, which is where I went. So I heckled that dude for like 2 innings before he finally gave up a home run. So
Wow, they suck.
I feel like a big part of that.
I just love how, if you listen closely to the video of the home run, you can hear me yell cheater.
Cheater! Tink! Yeah. Anybody that doesn't know, Boy was definitely using a lot of pine tar because he could not stop touching his hat. And I'll say it here. It was very obvious, which I kept pointing out. And you could tell he was getting very angry. And it kind of worked in our advantage.
Yeah, he got flustered in that inning.
Their third baseman was losing it. And the umpire was like, bro, what? So that was pretty sweet. Tice Peterson bomb, heckled the pitcher. Feel like, had a little bit to do with it, but it was good. Good times. Aiden Russell continuing to be amazing. And unfortunately, that was about the highlight of the weekend for baseball.
Yeah. Well, you went to the next game, right?
Yeah, this game was long. It was a very long game. It was a good time as well. I mean, all the games are fun, don't get me wrong. But St. Mary's again, Drew Talavs gets the start and goes 5 innings, gives up 6 runs on 8 hits, 2 walks, 4 Ks. It was a very back and forth game for a while. Very much. I mean, It was hits and runs all over the place. So that was entertaining, but at the same time, there was a lot of things I've noticed throughout these games, like going to and just the reviewing stuff and whatnot. We have a lot of trouble getting out of innings on defense with 2 outs.
Yeah. Well, and that's with both teams, to be honest. Like, we get in positions where we're in control, and then out of nowhere, they just start finding out what's going on with our pitcher. And a lot of the times, it's not walks or like getting hit by a pitch. It's them finding contact and finding some grass out in the outfield.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just tough. I mean, it really is. Like this, so in this game, St. Mary's I believe it was in the third, or no, in the second inning, they got 3 runs with 2 outs, literally, and it was with 2 outs, they got a walk and 3 straight singles.
Yeah.
And what sucked, it wasn't like the singles weren't great hits. They were just like choppers that were getting through holes. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I
little
guess
bloopers.
that's what they say. You put it in play and something happens if you strike out. I mean,
Yeah. There's a lot of bad
Yeah.
hops on the ground. There's no bad hops in the air.
yeah. Then Tice Peterson had a little bit of a rough go fielding wise in this game as well. He had a couple of fielding years that gave them some runs. We did fight back. I mean, in the fifth, we put up 5, got within, got close, made it interesting, and then after that, we just couldn't score. I mean,
Yeah. Zach
Justice had a pretty good game. I was gonna say, sorry, go ahead.
No, you good. Had a career high with 4 RBIs, went 3 for 5, a couple doubles. One in the first to give us the lead early, and once in that 5-run bottom of the 5th. Yeah. Like, dude was on fire out there, and not much more you can ask from your catcher, especially when you're most of the time not expecting the catcher to be the most productive offensively.
Yeah,
It's pretty awesome to have a catcher like that.
I think what's cool too is, so like in the beginning of all this, like when we were just kind of looking up like who was supposed to do what. From what I remember, Anthony Marnell the 4th was supposed to be the defensive catcher.
Yeah.
Like Zach Justice was kind of both. Like he was good at defense and offense. And Anthony Marnell, it was like, oh, he's the defensive guy. He's been DHing and he's been doing good.
Yeah, like he had a couple RBIs this game as well. I think he had a single to score Dawson in that 5th inning and a sac fly in the 7th. So yeah he's doing pretty well at the dish as well.
I mean, we put up 11 hits. So I mean, it's not like we couldn't hit. It just, we strained some people. I think it's interesting because you're right. The softball team and the baseball team kind of mirror each other in ways at certain times. Because we'll have games where the pitching looks amazing, and then we just can't score. And then we'll have games where we're hitting the ball and getting on base and scoring a bunch of runs, and it's just like we just get outscored somehow, where our pitching can't seem to figure it out. So look at these first 2 games, 3-2, and then what was it?
12-9.
12-9. I'm like, these are the same teams that just played? Like, really?
Well, and it's nice seeing a difference between what we had last year and this year, and seeing how there's a game where you're giving up 12 runs. A lot of the times last year, we'd end up that game would be 12-3, not 12-9. It'd be a defeating moment, and to see that they're at least putting some effort in is kind of awesome right now.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. It's nice to see that there can be back and forth games, because last year it was like if you were behind, it was over.
Just put in another lefty. Lefty.
Then again, it's also chaotic because it's like, okay, so going into that 5th, right? We're down 6-2. We put up 5, so we're up 7-6. But then proceed to give up 3. We get 1 back in the 7th, give up 2 in the 8th, give up 1 in the 9th. So, and then we score 1 in the 9th. So I mean, yeah, it makes it tough because you can never sit on a lead either. Like you can't ever be super confident because it's like I feel like it's like a coin flip of how. Even it's the same dudes coming out of the bullpen. I think that's what's crazy. Is you'll see somebody pitch and they'll be great, and then the next day you see them pitch, you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
Which I get it. A lot of these guys are young and they're still trying to figure it out. So I'm not taking shots at them. It's just as a fan, it's chaotic for baseball because there's not like, a dude that's coming in, like other than Aiden Russell this year so far, there's no one that you're just like, okay, this is the guy that's going to shut him down.
Mm-hmm.
And ironically enough, Aiden Russell in his first like appearance of the season didn't do that well. So it's like
he figured something out quick.
yeah, for real though. Well, and I feel like honestly, it's kind of been stressful for him to all of a sudden be like, "Hey, man, you're the senior. Like, you're gonna take the reins and you're gonna get put in save spots, like clutch hold spots. Like, he's like the jack of all trades coming out of that bullpen." So,
yeah, just wait till we start needing a starter, and then he'll come in and be that fourth or fifth guy in the rotation.
yeah, and I mean, so this game. Back and forth. It was back and forth. The wheels kind of fell off towards the end. We couldn't keep the bats going. Fell to them 12-9. I think the things to look at are we had 11 hits, but we stranded 9 people on base, and we had 11 strikeouts. So kind of one of those things where when you got guys on base, you're not striking out. Maybe you put up a few more runs, get the ball moving around, maybe force them to make some errors.
Yeah, put the ball in play. What we said. Put the ball in play, things happen, especially with 2 outs.
Yeah, the 2 outs, man. It's just like, especially when you're at the game, because you can feel it, where you're just like, come on, man. Like, it's one thing when you're watching it or like reading about it later, but when you're sitting there and you're watching it happen, you're like, this is bullshit. Like,
well,
it's like dribbler. It's like dribbler between first and second. Dink, pop, fly. Like, it's never like, oh, a missile. It's like, oh, you hit it so crappy, you got to hit.
Well, and that's the thing. It's almost demoralizing in that, because if you're on the field and that happens, like, you're like, I can't get to that ball. Like, even if I'm
like, if you're the pitcher, you're like, I threw a perfect pitch.
Yeah, they had weak contact, and it still gets through somehow. Yeah.
So, anywho, I will say your boy. I don't know if you saw Jake Fraud.
Yep, best outing. By an Aztec pitcher that day, 2 2/3 innings, 4 hits, only gave up 2 runs, which you give up 2 runs and you're still the best pitcher on the team. That's pretty nice.
Well, only one was earned.
Yeah. Well, and 3 strikeouts with no walks. So keeping that infinite strikeout to walk ratio is pretty awesome to have. Do we want to move on to
Sunday?
The rubber match?
Yeah, the rubber match. We lost 9-6. Carson Johnson got the start for us, and it was looking like he was going to have the best start of the season since his first start. Because his initial start, he did so well, and ever since then, he's definitely been struggling. And he just, the 5th inning, the wheels kind of fell off a little bit. It was a pitcher's duel till the 5th, like for both sides. And in the 5th, the wheels kind of came off. He exits with the bases loaded after getting 1 out. And, oh gosh, who came in for him? I saw it. Oh, Velarde. Velarde came in and proceeded to give up a grand slam. So all of the inherited runners that Carson Johnson left out there all got given up.
Wow.
And then, so they scored. The Gales put up 5 in that 5th inning. 3 hits, 1 walk, and 1 error. And it was capped with a grand slam.
You're gonna have.
It was, I mean, we were fighting uphill, man. I mean,
yeah, because from there we get 3 runs. We're cutting the deficit. We get to within 1.
Yep.
But then they just put a couple more up. Again, it's the long ball.
Yeah, because they had a few home runs in this game. The Gales did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got 7-6 in the 7th, I believe, and then after that we gave up. I think we gave up runs in the 8th and the 9th, and they just pulled away.
Not what you want to see in that 3rd game to try and win the series, but
it's just been an interesting. I don't know, these pitchers, man. It's just been so interesting because Velarde, he had a great start against UCLA. He looked great. Yeah. Which I know starting and relieving are 2 completely different things, but
and when you get put in a situation where you have the bases loaded, and
I think that just destroyed his confidence too, because after that, I mean, I don't know if you saw his stats after that. He pitched 3 2/3 innings and gave up 5 more earned runs. So he gave up Carson Johnson's earned runs and then gave up 5 of his own earned runs. Dang. So, I mean, we were fighting uphill, man. I mean,
Yeah.
we were fighting uphill. And then gave up 5 of his own earned runs. Dang.
Yeah.
So
not what
Just
you want to see out of your pitcher.
not gonna win you many games.
Yeah.
And I
Well, at
think
least
that's the other thing. It's been the ends of the games where like we get close in like the middle innings, and then it's like 7, 8, 9. We can put up like a run an inning, and other teams are putting up crooked numbers. And we just
yeah. Speaking of, we're going to talk about last night's game.
I hated last night's game. So last night we played Cal State Fullerton. If you want to talk about it, you start because I don't want to talk.
We lost, to the long story short. And if you watched the first 8 innings of this game like I did, you would think we were doing great. Bryce McKnight comes out there, pitches 6 innings, 4 hits, 0 runs, 7 strikeouts. An awesome start, best start of the season by far. And we're sitting pretty. I think we had 2 runs by then as well.
Yeah,
So,
we were up 2-0, and I think it was like a Zach Justice single, and I think we also scored on an error. So it was 2-0, and then the bullpen just couldn't hold on.
Yeah. Did we lose the first one in the 8th? And then
first run in the 8th, and then I think the second run.
the
first one.
second,
It was the first one in the 8th, but it was on a Connor Abadie wild pitch.
That's right.
With the bases loaded, so it wasn't. They didn't get a hit. It was a mistake that we made.
Well, you want to talk about how we lost this game? I know it frustrates you, but we need that pure emotion from someone.
For context for everybody, I was actively watching the World Baseball Classic game and the SDSU baseball game at the same time, and so USA is getting their butts kicked by Italy, and then starts coming back, and then Bryce Harper continues to suck like he always does, and can't do anything. And then, pretty much simultaneously, bases loaded, nobody out, and I believe Jake Fraun was pitching, and there's like a chop half swing, like it was like a swinging bunt to third, and Tice Peterson's playing in, he charges it. He fields it, I don't know, I want to say less than 15 feet away from home plate. And he tries to glove flip it to Zach Justice, and it sticks in his glove, and it goes about 6 feet over Zach Justice's head, all the way to the backstop. So the tying run scores, and because he flipped it so bad and so far away from everybody, the winning run comes around and scores. So
Yes.
Tice Peterson has been great at the plate and hitting and whatnot. His fielding has been suspect. He'll make a great glove play and then he can't throw it. And I think he just rushed it. Like instead of trying to make a perfect play, you just got to eat it at that point because they take it for what it is. Because instead of even having a chance to, I know it would have been crazy to get out of bases loaded, tied in the bottom of the 9th with nobody, or with nobody out. But yeah, it's just
when you make
too much.
When you make a flail attempt and what would have been 1-run scoring, you end up losing the game because you get it by the catcher and now 2-run score. It's got, you're not using your brain.
That being said, I just feel really bad for Bryce McKnight.
Yeah.
Because he's had some rough goes out there, and I mean, his last start that we saw was that crazy ass game where he gave up 2 home runs to the same guy in 2 straight innings, and we scored 8 and somehow came back, and it was just bonkers. That was that Long Beach State game. So I'm like, he went through that, and to come out here and pitch your ass off and get no support, like no run support of any kind, I just feel bad for the kid. Like he finally found something and it worked, and it's a bummer, man.
You know what that's gonna earn him this week? The Spitballers pitcher of the week.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna keep doing this. We're gonna give our best ofs for a pitcher and a player for each team. See what we see differently than the big wigs up in the Mountain West Network. And so you want to talk about? I mean, we've said a lot about Bryce McKnight already.
I mean, I think I kind of just did. I kind of ranted about it. I mean, I think at least he's got it's a great start to build on. So I mean, he knows he can go out there and do it, build his confidence. So I think that's a big part of pitching, especially when you are giving up the home run ball. You kind of need to have that mentality that screw you, I'm going to throw this down your throat. And I think
Mhm.
that's something that this will help kind of build, because you can tell when he gives up a bomb, he gets very much in his head and whatnot. So, I mean, I think out of all the pitchers through the weekend and this week, he had the best outing. I mean, obviously, Rowan Leto also had a pretty good outing.
Mhm.
Got us our only. I know he didn't get the win, but got us our only win of the weekend. So
Yeah. Well, and having that 1-2 punch of Rowan Leto, and then what the Mountain West did get right with their Mountain West pitcher of the week, Aiden Russell, that 1-2 punch just can be demoralizing for a team that you're going up against. That being said, Aiden Russell does get the Mountain West pitcher of the week, his second week in a row. We're keeping that streak going of a Mountain West player on either the softball or baseball team every week.
well, and I feel like baseball's had a pitcher every single week of the
Yep.
season.
Yep. We've had a pitcher every single week. We've had a freshman, I think, the first week, and maybe one player of the week.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
right.
So, and it's been all over the place. It's been starters. It's been Aiden Russell now twice, and it's awesome to see that kind of play coming from our pitching staff and what we kind of expected to see when we brought in the quality of pitching coach that we have with Kevin Vance.
Yeah, and I mean it's showing through, like you said, it is. It really is. Shout out to Rowan Leto and Aiden Russell too for being named to the National Pitcher of the Year watch list.
Okay. We're watching.
So I mean, even if you're not getting the weekly things every week like Aiden Russell, you're still getting noticed.
Which is kind of crazy, because if you told me that that was going to be a thing for an Aztec pitcher last year, I don't know who you would really have pointed out. And so that's awesome to see that coming from this organization so early in the what should be what I hope is a long tenure for Kevin Vance on the Mesa.
Yeah, agreed.
Do you want to talk about our player of the week, our
Sure.
fielder?
So I love Jay Ventrosky. Gotta say it. This dude is ridiculous. It's funny because before I even looked at his stats, on Friday, didn't I say to you, this dude is always on base. He just
Yes.
lives on base. Where I swear every game we go to, he's just there. Like whether it's a walk or a hit by pitch or a single or whatever. Yeah. So in the 4 games that of the weekend, 2 for 4, 2 runs scored. 1 for 3, 2 walks, 2 runs scored. 2 for 5, 2 runs scored. The one game was the game that everybody couldn't hit. Was the Cal State Fullerton game. 0 for 3, still got a walk, still scored a run.
That's pretty good.
His on base percentage is .437.
So yeah, he's always on base.
I mean, that's why it seems like it, because almost half the time he's on base. So, I mean, and on defense he's been awesome. He's only made 2 errors all year at short. So I mean, that's fantastic.
And that kind of defense earns him a spot on a different watch list, the Brooks Wallace Award. So basically, the best shortstop of the year. That's a pretty good list to be on.
Yeah. And I don't even know what this one is, but the San Diego Sports Association Star of the Month. I've never heard of that, but that's what he won for February. So
yeah. I've seen a couple players, like there'll be some basketball. I think Bird won it 1 year or 1 month.
Okay.
Like I and then they'll have it's San Diego sports, so it's everything. So it's Padres, it's basketball, it's whatever. But it's a crazy to have a college baseball player be on that, especially in the month of February, which is usually overtaken by basketball.
For sure.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I think Jay Ventrosky is just one of those guys where, especially if you know the game, he's just a baller. Like he's gonna run through a wall for you. Like his jersey's never clean. He's just always doing something, So
what I like to see.
Happy to have him on our team.
So this upcoming weekend, we have a 3-game homestand against Washington State. Any comment about Washington State? I know you have some history.
I mean, my brother went to Washington State, so I'll probably try to go to the game on Friday and just be as obnoxious as possible.
As is tradition. So that being said, we have a game Friday, March 13th at 6 p.m., a game Saturday, March 14th at 5 p.m., and a game Sunday, March 15th at 1 p.m. That'll also be Little League Day. So if you or anyone you know is making it out, they're giving away free SDSU arm sleeves to, I think, the first 200 fans in attendance. So,
man, I might have to rush home from Disneyland. Get an arm sleeve. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know if they'll fit our arms.
My forearm, just like.
It's all your plays for the softball game.
No, man. Oh yeah, but hopefully we take it from them. I mean, one of the teams we're going to be playing in the Pac-12 next year.
Yeah,
so.
It'll be good to play them, get some experience against them, especially in a 3-game stand too, because that'll make it feel like conference play.
Well, and the weather might actually benefit us because I know Washington State's baseball field is entirely turf because it freaking snows up there and it's freezing.
Ice.
So it's supposed to be 90 on Friday. So they might not be loving that.
My brain just went to McDonald's. I'm sorry.
Why? What about
I'm
McDonald's?
loving that.
Oh gosh. I was like, what? I don't get it. LeBron James, Sprite, what?
Sprite cranberry. Oh God, we're how many?
We're halfway there. All right, softball. On to softball we go.
Softball in the San Diego Classic. 3-game stand against some all over the place kind of teams. Really, Wisconsin, Notre Dame, Princeton. What the this is all over the place.
Very interesting conglomeration of teams to play. I will say. I was like, okay, that's an interesting one. This is a frustrating weekend, man, for softball.
Yeah, to be so close and yet so far. Thursday, March 5th, we went up against Wisconsin. Kiana Pua was in the circle, pitched. I mean, you're coming off of Faith Jordan throwing a no-hitter, and you throw a 6-inning gem, allowing 0 runs, only 5 hits, or less than 5 hits. Less than 5 in the first 6 innings.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. That's right.
And 1 strikeout. Again, low strikeout count, but 0 walks. So not complaining about the low strikeouts when we're getting pretty low amount of hits and no walks. That's great. That being said, the offense was on it. We have a triple from Jasmine Williams. That scores 2. We have Olivia Gigante with a 2-run bomb in the 6th. So we're scoring these runs. We get 4. We are in the 5th inning, and we decide to bring in Faith Jordan to close it out. Do you want to talk about that inning?
Yeah, because she comes in the 7th.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're up 4-0. So this is why baseball and softball suck. The duality of this sport as a player. Like, yeah. I know I say it all the time. Some days chicken, some days feathers. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. Pretty much what happens. So she's coming off of throwing a no-hitter where I'm like, I know it was a 5-inning shutout no-hitter, but still, that's awesome. It's amazing, right? This was the complete opposite of that. Pretty much everything that could go wrong did go wrong for her in this inning. She hits the leadoff batter, gives up back-to-back doubles, so that cuts the lead in half. Runner on second gets thrown out trying to steal third after a fly out to left, and so we're 1 out away.
Yeah, and we're still up by 2. We're still up by 2. So you assume we can get at least 1 more out and get out of this inning.
And then we give up an infield single, a triple. So that puts the tying run at third. And then we give up another single that ties the game. And then Faith comes out because she just clearly does not have it.
Well,
it happens.
You blow the lead. And I don't know. I don't know about you. I feel like after you give up the triple, that's when you probably started warming Kiana up again. Like,
I'm just like, did you even need to warm her again? That's my thing. I don't know why you would wait so long. I mean, I get it in hindsight. You're like, of course she's going to get an out.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you don't have it that day, you don't have it. And so that's like, no blame on Faith. It happens. Like, I feel bad for her to go from the top of the mountain to the deepest hole. Like,
yeah. Well, and I guess my thought is after the third extra base hit is when you really start thinking about putting in anybody else. Like, it doesn't have to be Kiana. It could be Maddie Corda,
Schaffel. I'm like somebody,
because at some point you gotta know that you're just not. You just don't have the stuff that game, and that
they had her number. They had her number that game, and so so Kiana comes back in. You want to finish it off?
Yeah. I mean, she comes back in and just gives up a double. And it's unfortunate, but it's like they score the one run because she scores all the way from first, but we end up getting the out at third, so we're out of that inning. We get one more try, but I feel like it just was one of those things where you like top of the mountain, right? You were one out away, and I think it took the wind out of the sails of everybody on the team because it was the heart of our lineup.
Yeah,
going into the bottom of the seventh inning, and we could not do anything.
Yeah, couldn't even sniff a run. I mean, it's demoralizing when you're like that close to victory and it just like falls apart. And I mean, it fell apart quickly.
Yeah,
it wasn't like a hit and a walk and then an out and then a walk and then a single and then you know what I mean? It was like double, triple. You're just like, damn. If you're in the field, you're like, that went by quickly. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's only a one game, but it stinks.
Yeah.
That's a rough way to start. Yeah.
One run losses just suck.
Rough way to start your weekend.
Yeah. So you want to kick off the next game?
Sure. So it's funny because it's almost the same thing but backwards. So so we played Notre Dame on Saturday. End up losing this one 4-3. Maddie Corda got the start, and I will tell you, she's been having a rough go. She is only able to get 2/3 of an inning. Gives up 4 runs, 2 hits, 4 walks, no strikeouts. I don't remember last season us ever having a pitcher not be able to finish a whole inning.
The first inning?
I don't think I remember that. And I think that's happened specifically to Maddie Corda a lot. Yeah. Like at least 3 or 4 times where she just can't get it through. And it happened to Kiana, I think, once. So it's just been very interesting to see how like hot or cold our pitchers have been. But so anyway, Kiana Pua comes in on a day's rest not even, like literally, well, yeah, because that was Thursday to Friday or Thursday to Saturday. So yeah, she got a day off. But yeah, so we're down 4-0 basically the entire game. We start battling back if you want.
Yeah, I mean, we start scoring in the third. Olivia Gigante. So this is her second game in a row with a dinger, right? Yeah, because she had the 2-run in Wisconsin against Wisconsin, and she had the solo here. So we're nipping at the heels a little bit. We get one there. Angie Yellen scores on a Jasmine William bunt. So, and it was a bunt single too. So I don't remember if this was a game that we could watch or if this was that side note about that real quick. The lack of video on some of these games is concerning, to say the least.
Well, it's random.
Yeah.
Like it's a Saturday. This is a Saturday game at home, and you can't watch
against
it.
Notre Dame. Like,
Yeah.
so,
I know that I was actively at the baseball game when this
yeah.
was going on.
Yeah, and I was trying to watch any game because I wasn't at the baseball game, so I couldn't watch that baseball game, and I don't think I could watch the softball game either. And
But so yeah,
then
we're chasing what 4-2 going into the sixth, I
sixth,
believe.
we get a sac fly by Olivia, where Mia Rodriguez will score, and that's all we can do. Again, 1 run short in a 3-4 loss against the Fighting Irish. It's and I don't know what more you do out of that. Like your offense is there. Like we're putting up runs. It's just too little, too late.
Yep. Yep. I mean, that's mind-boggling to me to be like, all right, so we were up 4-0 the game before and give up 5 runs in the last inning to lose. And then the very next game, you give up 4 runs in the first inning. And then they don't score again and you can't catch up and win. So I'm just like but
Well, and what's
I
crazy?
see you got. Oh yeah.
Can I say something real quick? So that's 12 innings of scoreless. Like our pitching is put up 12 scoreless innings.
Yeah.
Because all the runs from the first game were scored in the 7th inning, and all the runs from the second game were scored in the 1st inning.
Well, I guess we should say Kiana Pua has put up 12 scoreless innings.
You know, that's fair.
I'm like, unfortunately, this is one time we are not referring to the pitching staff as a whole.
Yeah. Well, and so if you had to guess who our Spitballers pitcher of the week is.
Yeah, we're not even there yet, but you can probably see where this is headed. I see your Olivia Gigante stat if you want to throw that out there.
Yeah, I mean she has a couple of these historic stats with the home run ball this weekend. So she's the first batter to hit 6 home runs in non-conference play since Mac Barbara, who hit 6 in 2024 and 10 in 2022. That alone is pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We'll have another cool stat after we talk about this Princeton game because someone else will be joining that list.
It's so funny. It felt like you were about to go to commercial. When we get back, I'm like, all right, sorry.
Take it away.
So Sunday we played Princeton. We come away with a victory finally, 14-6 in 6 innings. So we walked somebody off again.
We're only allowed walk-off wins. We're not allowed to win normally.
Ava Schaffel with the start. 3 innings, 3 runs, 2 are earned, gives up 2 hits, 2 walks, 2 Ks. So deuces are wild.
Yeah, it's a pretty average stat line. If I do say so myself.
Definitely the most exciting, like back and forth kind of ish game of the weekend for us.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny because it's very similar to the baseball game, but reversed in that it was back and forth, and then we were the team that came out on top.
Yeah, we scored in every inning.
When was the last time that happened? That's
so we were losing 1-0, and then we proceeded to score in every single inning after that.
Nice.
Bottom of the first, Lala Macario walks the lead off the bottom of the inning. Jasmine Williams hits a bomb to left for her 6th of the season. So we go up 2-1. Head to the second, hold them, I believe. And then, Aztecs score 3 in the bottom of the second. Thanks to some poor defense, 2 errors by Princeton. So we're up 5-1 at the end of 2. In the top of the third, Princeton kind of starts to fight back a little bit. They had a 2-run bomb to center field. That I wasn't watching this, so I'm not totally sure of the context of this. It says it went off of Julie Holcomb's glove, so I don't know if she got hurt in the process of trying to catch this. Because she was taken out of the game and replaced by Jaylene Hernandez.
Okay.
Which is interesting because of how Jaylene Hernandez just plays after this. Is great.
Yeah. Right.
So I hope Julie's okay. It looks like she's playing in the game currently, so she must be all right. So I don't know if she just got banged up a little bit or is precautionary or what. But anywho, bottom of the third. So we give up a 2-run home run in the top of the third. Bottom of the third, we come up. Angie Yellen hits a home run, and Quinn Waikiki follows that with a double. And then Jaylene Hernandez, in her first plate appearance of the game, hits her first collegiate home run.
For a 2-run home run at that. That's
Yeah, so 8-3 end of 3 with, I'm like, oh, that's pretty sweet.
you know, can't complain.
You want to? Yeah, I mean, I feel bad. You can take the bad part that I just harped on.
No, you good. I gave you the loss in the baseball game. So Maddie Quarta comes in, which I feel like this is kind of a good time to bring her in. If I do say so myself, if you're trying to get a pitcher some confidence boost, put him in when you have a 5-run lead. That's a great time to do it. That being said, she doesn't really get that confidence that I hoped she would get. She doesn't get an out. And she gives up 3 earned runs on 2 hits and a walk. That's so. Oh wow! So that was what was it? 3 batters. So she faced 3 batters.
Mm-hmm.
So walk, single, 3-run bomb.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all she wrote. That's a brutal outing. And to be fair, she's a freshman that was, my understanding was not like, she was a high school pitcher, but she was known more as being a hitter.
Yeah, that's why I was surprised that she's been pitching so much.
Like, and I get that if you're trying to get playing time, you want to show that, especially because she's a corner infielder.
Yeah, and I think those positions right now are kind of clogged on our team.
Exactly. So it's like, I understand trying to find another outlet, but right now it's been a rough one for Maddie Quarta.
Yeah, she's having a rough go.
So that being said, Faith Jordan comes in, pitches the final 3 innings, allows just 2 base runners. So she finds her groove. Doesn't allow a run. And that's kind of when the Aztec bats come alive. We get 3 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, and 1 in the 6th to win the game on a walk-off. That you want to talk about Miss Angie Yellen?
Yeah, well, it's funny because so Angie Yellen went 4 for 4 and ended up being a triple shy of the cycle, and she already had a double when she hit a ball to the gap where it looked like she was going to be able to try for a triple, at least try, and it bounced over the frickin' wall. So she would have at least been able to try to go for third, but it was a ground rule double. So a heck of a game for Angie.
What's worse? Only needing a triple and getting a ground rule double, or only needing a single and getting it intentionally walked?
Oh, it's got to be the intentionally walked, because then that just means the other team's just a bunch of assholes.
that happened in one of the games I played in high school.
That's horrible.
It was so bad. There was almost a fight.
That's horrible. That's just horrible. I'm like, that's just some Bush League nonsense. I'm like, come on. I'm like, unless the winning run is on third.
Oh no, we by that point the game is over.
So that's even worse. Dude.
It's okay. It's fine. So talking about that historic stat, because I let you talk about Angie Yellen, I'm going to talk about this historic stat. So Jasmine Williams got her 6th home run in pre-conference play. So now we have 2 hitters that have both hit more than 6 home runs in non-conference play, which the last time that happened was 2013. And that was Lorena Bauer and Patrice Jackson. When they did it, they combined for 31 home runs.
Dang.
Which I think that's more than we hit last year combined by everybody.
I would believe that.
So here's hoping
That's
that we
that's an
can get
amazing stat. I love that.
that kind of production out of, because Jasmine Williams has been killing it all year. Like she's been 2-time Spitballers Player of the Week. She's been she did, oh god, did she never won a Mountain West? Did she win a
No,
Mountain West
I don't
Player of the Week?
think so.
No, I don't think so.
We hit 36 home runs as a team last year.
Dang. Okay.
We've
So,
already hit
close.
19.
Yeah. Yeah, well, because we're getting a lot of different people hitting bombs. You'll love to
I know
see.
Angie Ellen's hit some. Obviously, Olivia Gigante and Jade Ignacio have hit some.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's
Well,
been pretty solid.
so offense is not the problem. The long story short, offense is not the problem. The team has the 325 batting average, 377 on base percentage. That, like you said, 19 home runs, 36 doubles. Like, the production is there from the hitters.
I did try to find left on base just out of curiosity, but that is not a cumulative stat that the NCAA keeps. So you'd have to literally go through and look at every single game and find that. But that being said, just out of paying attention to the season, I know that we've had multiple games with like double digit left on base. I know we've had 10, we've had 13, we've had a few games like that. So it's like that's not something that happened very often last year. And so I think that's a big thing that has been kind of hurting us. But at the same time, the pitching, I think, and I know we've harped on it and we've been talking about it, but just to give like a base comparison, our team pitching wise before the game tonight has walked 83 batters. And in comparison, the opponents, the teams that we have actively played against. So not while they've been playing us, but in general, those teams, how they've done against us and everybody else. We have 83 walks. They have 43 walks. So we've walked 40 more people than the teams that we play against.
Yeah.
And we have 85 strikeouts. They have 105 strikeouts. So I mean, it's a pretty big difference.
Yeah. Which I wonder what that is in the league average. So are we just not striking out enough people, or
we're not striking out anybody?
Yeah.
At all. Like period. Like we're barely striking out anybody. Like I said, I tried to go through the NCAA and look at their statistics, and they didn't even go far enough down in the amount of teams in the NCAA to get to our team.
Yeah.
We're not even listed on there.
We have 5 tonight.
Like,
that's pretty good.
I mean, hey, hopefully they find it, but it also depends on the teams you're playing. I think that's just been the thing that's killed us is you've seen us commit a lot more errors because I think a lot more balls are being put in play because we're not striking people out. We're walking people so that when the ball's put in play, there's a lot more movement, and so it's hurting us, But yeah.
So
we can talk about the good pitcher.
Yeah, Miss Kiana Pua, 2 games where she pitched at least 6 in the 3rd innings and gave up 0 runs in both of those. So, like, what more can you ask from your pitcher?
Yeah.
Like I guess a no-hitter, but like you give up 9 hits, but no runs, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. Again, the strikeouts can go up, but you're doing your job as a pitcher and you're trusting your defense because there's only so many ways you can get outs, and if it's not strikeouts, then you gotta trust your defense. And so I think there's an aspect of what Faith did in a sense is over trust, but also not, like, you still have to have some movement on your pitches to make it a weak contact or you hit underneath it. There's an aspect of types of pitching that isn't just strike them out every single time.
Yeah. I think we just don't have anybody that throws like as hard. We don't have the power pitchers. To be honest, it doesn't seem like anybody on our team is what you would consider a power pitcher. Where they're going to gas you. Yeah, and I think that's the problem is we have finesse. We have finesse, and finesse is hard. Like
Hmm.
you see it in the major leagues in baseball. Like dudes can be really good at finesse pitching in one game, and then the next they get blasted. It just is what it is. If you don't have it that day, or even like if you're throwing in junk, the weather can affect how
Yeah.
things move, if it's humid or not or whatever. And so I'm like, it's really tough, and I think you're just seeing that. And
Well,
so
and you're
that it's even more impressive that Kiana Pua had 2 straight games that she pitched in, went, you know, almost 13 innings and had a whip, like a walk hit inning pitched
yeah,
under one.
yeah.
Like,
Well, and so going back to the weather in general, we have this understanding of that from baseball. Softball's on a whole nother level. Because of the size of the ball and the the uh, the texture of the seams, you're not getting the same wind resistance and uh, the oh gosh, can I get physics and Coriolis effect and all this stuff that you're getting off the ball, like that makes a ball move the way it does in the air when you're throwing off speed, because that's what's going to maneuver it as well as it does or as poorly as it does. And so when the weather has a significant effect on how the ball moves in the air.
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna act like I know the physics of that, but yeah, sure. I believe
So
you.
the spin and the wind and the smoke bubbles. No,
My biggest thing is I'm not trying to crap on anybody for pitching because there is no way I would blow out my everything, shoulder, elbow, hip, trying to throw fast pitch softball. I have no idea how they do it. And so I'm just here telling you what I see, but I am in no way trying to critique anybody because I would not be any help trying to fix it. So
no,
to
I
be
just know how the ball
to
moves.
be
I don't know what
blatantly honest, like I have
I'm
no
not a
idea.
kinesiology major.
I am, and I still have no idea that no, my shoulder would explode.
And
But
it's gone.
anyway, Kiana Pua, keep it up.
Yeah. So moving on, we'll talk about the players of the week, the fielders and hitters that showed up this week.
Yeah, you want to
You,
go? You go first, and I'll go.
yeah,
I'll bring up the rear.
yeah, sounds good. So we're gonna choose separate ones for this, and I'm gonna point out Olivia Gigante, which in the last 4 games has gotten at least 1 hit in the last 4 games. 3 of them were home runs, 9 RBIs in 4 games, and is coming in games where we're not putting up enough. Like she had the 2 home runs during this last weekend where you're down or one of which you were down, the other of which you were trying to get runs late in a game. And it's tough when it's like, yeah, I'm gonna get a hit, and then it comes to not when at the end of the game you're still losing games. But she was a bright light in those 2 games. So I just wanted to shout out Olivia Gigante, keeping it up. I think she already has an RBI in the game today. Last time I checked.
I see we're up 3-0.
Yeah.
Bottom 6, 3-0.
We'll get there.
Yep.
Okay.
So anyway, mine's a little different because she hasn't played a lot, but I just feel like a shout out is necessary because so Jaylene Hernandez coming in for what I would assume would have been an injured Julie Holcomb in the middle of the game, where it was at that point still decently close, like it was kind of back and forth at that point. Comes in, goes 3 for 3 with a 2-run home run, which is her first homer of her career, and she's the one that scores the winning run for the walk-off. So she hasn't gotten to play a lot, but she has 11 at-bats. She's got 8 hits in those 11 at-bats. Her batting average is .727. She's hit 2 doubles, a home run, and has 6 RBIs in 8 at-bats. That's pretty damn good. So
8 hits? 11
8
hits.
hits. Yeah, sorry. 8
No,
hits.
you're good.
Yeah.
You're good. I'm just like, still very good.
Yeah.
727 batting average is not something to scoff at.
Yeah. Well, and I'm just saying, like, I mean, 2 doubles and a homer with only 8 hits. Like, that's fantastic. So shout out to Jaylene Hernandez. I mean, it seems like it's nice to know that you got somebody that you can, put in the outfield that is going to come through offensively when you need her. Only a sophomore. So,
Yeah.
solid.
Well, and she's getting playing
Looks,
time.
I was going to say, might earn some more playing time when you keep playing like that. Hard to keep you off the field.
Well, and the hope is that she gets more playing time and likes playing here. It's rough to see something like this, especially in the era of the transfer portal where you have such talent and it's sitting on your bench, and what are you supposed to do with it? Like at some point if they're not going to play here, they're going to go somewhere else. So I'm excited to see what else comes from Jaylene Hernandez this year, and hopefully she can be a positive force on the team.
Agreed indeed. All right, you want to jump into what's next?
Yeah, so for the most part, we have a game right now. We'll talk more about it, but as of right now, we are up 3-0 in the bottom of the 6th. So, doing pretty well. Hopefully we can hold off Cal Baptist. We have RBIs from Kalia Pollard, Olivia Gigante, and Quinn Waikiki. So, we're doing good. And again, we'll talk more about that next week.
Yep. 6 shutout innings so far for our pitching. So as we've been talking about our pitching, I mean, they've been doing pretty solid, as is tradition. We talk about it, and then they completely do the opposite. So
hype up a no-hitter, blow a lead.
I mean, it is what it is. I know we're not broadcasters, but the curse of any of this is so true. Like But anyway, on to the next weekend.
So the girls will be at home, facing a 3-game homestand against Colorado State. Is this first series of conference play?
It appears so.
Yeah, I think so. Today was the last game before conference play, playing Cal Baptist, and we are moving into conference play.
Yep,
there is a good giveaway this week. If you are wanting a black replica jersey for Aztec softball, go to the March 13th game. I know, Friday the 13th, wearing black.
When it's supposed to be 90 degrees outside.
It's a choice, but it's I might have to drive over there on my way home and just pick one up, because
I think it's like a jersey though.
Yeah,
it's not.
It's a shirtsy, but I'm still like, I like that over an arm sleeve that I can't wear.
Yeah, that's fine.
But we will be playing Colorado State on March 13th at 6 p.m. First 250 fans will receive a free black replica shirtsy. We play again on Saturday at 4 p.m. against Colorado State, and close out the homestand on Sunday at 12 noon. That being said, again, Sundays, there will be post-game autographs on the field. So if you come and bring your kids, free autographs, or if you want a free autograph. I don't know.
Alrighty, man. Well, I think that about does it. I don't think we're gonna wait till the end of the softball game. We'll talk about it next time.
I have a feeling Jasmine Williams is going to do great things right here with 2 runners on and 1 out.
I would like that. Bottom of the 6th, just as the current update, bottom 6th, we're up 3-0 at home. Runners on 1st and 3rd. Jasmine Williams up with 1 out.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. But
we'll talk about it next time. We'll talk about it. If it's a bomb,
we'll be excited. But anyway, thanks for watching. Everybody like and subscribe to all things Sons of Montezuma on all the different platforms. Check out the NIL store. If you see us around, say hi. I feel like I see people all the time randomly staring at me at the games, and I don't know if that's just because I'm me or because people actually recognize me. So
it's the glasses.
No.
They're just checking their reflection in your glasses.
But Look out for us. We're around. We're actually very nice people. I promise.
Okay. So till next time. Which team
Go
are we rooting
Aztecs.
for?
Hope basketball wins. Go State.
State. See you next time, guys.